सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञानात्। First of all, my hearty obeisances in the lotus feet of my Paramaradhyatam Guru Pad Padma, Nitya Leela Pravishtam Vishnupada Satasya Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Swami Maharaj. And to say in the lotus feet of my Shiksha Guru, Nitya Leela Pravishtam Vishnupada Satasya Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. My dear Sannyasis, Brahmachari, Vaishnava and Vaishnava. Yesterday, one day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, in his house, he was chanting the name of Gopi, 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 Gopi. And same time a student of any school, he came to meet Nimai Pandit. But he saw that he is chanting Gopi, 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 Gopi. He could not understand why. So he asked Mahaprabhu that why you are chanting Gopi, 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 Gopi? Why not Krishna? At that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Gopi. He was thinking, Krishna is very cruel. He can give up Srimati Radhika even, all gopis and even Radhika. So, like so cruel, I cannot chant Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. I will chant only Gopi, Gopi, Gopi. Then when the student told him, why you are chanting Gopi, Gopi? You should chant Krishna. Then Mahaprabhu took a stick and ran after him to beat him. But he ran away very fast and went to his all colleagues and told, today I went to meet to see how is Nimai Pandit. I have heard so many wonderful things. But when I went to there and saw that he is chanting Gopi, Gopi, and I asked, why not Krishna, why Gopi? Then he took a stick and ran after me to beat. But I ran very fast and anyhow I was saved. Then his all colleagues began to tell, oh, if the Sachi, son of Sachi, can do this, he can beat any of us. We will also all beat him. Anyhow, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit heard this, that they want to also beat me. Then he began to think, I came क्या कफ निवारिते पिप्पली खंड कफ निवारिते I can that from Golok Vrindavan that all jivas are suffering so much, endless pain of endless birth and death. So I came to give them the relation. I came to help them to return back and to engage in Krishna services. But they want to beat me. Oh, I must take sannyas. And when I will take sannyas, then all will honor me as a sannyasi. So better it is. And then he made up his mind that very soon I will take sannyas. Now, by doing kirtan with in Shiva Sangar, and then one day he wanted that this is my last day. So he went to villages where Gopalli was there, and he begged milk and also lauki. Lauki means Squash, lauki. And then he met all his associates. One is Nityananda Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Acharya, and few more. They wanted that today in night he will give up his house, his mother, his wife, everything. So his mother also knew. Then when become evening, he gave lauki and milk to mother. Mother, make me prepare laklaki. Laklaki means sweet laklaki, sweet pot. Lauki plus milk and boil it, give some sugar. Oh, it will be very, very delicious, tasteful. Mother made it and give it to Salagram Narayana. After offering, she brought. Mahaprabhu took it very, very tastefully. In the night, Mahaprabhu decorated himself, Nimai Pandit. He never did so. And went to his Vishnupriya wife, and he decorated himself, gave garland, gave betel nut in her mouth, and he was doing Sringar. But Vishnupriya was not happy. She was thinking, if any light is to be put up, listen, then it does but more fire. And after that, extinguish. Today I went to take bath in Ganges. And when I was going, I had a huchut manaki.
I hurt my toe.
Huh?
I hurt my toe. I injured my
toe in anywhere. And blood came. And when I was taking bath in Ganges, my nose ring At the time of marriage, it went to Ganges. I could not find, I searched so much. And then she came to Sachi Maiya and began to weep bitterly. What will happen today? I don't know. Maiya told what became, and he told this story. Oh, don't worry, everything will be all right. Now she was thinking, perhaps any very suffering is coming to me. Now he wanted to awake, not to sleep, but by Yogamaya influence, she was trying so much not to sleep, but yet she slept. And what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did? Oh, he became very, very cruel. And saw once towards her, and then at once gave up everything, and he began to go. Mother Sachi was standing on the gate, but she was not weeping, not anything doing. She was like a statue. Why? For the separation mood of his son. And then Mahaprabhu did parikrama 4 times. And then he came out of the house and very near Ganges, very cold, in the month of February in India, very cold, and Krishna, Krishna, Krishna telling, and he jumped in the Ganges. And from there, Katwa is about 10 or 12 miles, and he swimming, he went there. And there he went to Keshav Bharati. Keshav Bharati knew him, and there he wanted that, oh Gurudev, I'm giving my body to you, this everything, surrendering, and you should give me sannyas. Do you know what is sannyas? Especially sannyasi should know that this is mantra of Gopi mantra. I am taking the mood of Gopi. I am Gopi and Krishna is my most beloved. Not a formality. Then he sent Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, to a barber nearby sitting. Barber told, I cannot save you. Very beautiful curved hairs. And he began to weep. Chaitanya Nimai Pandit, then by his Yogamaya, he influenced that. And in the end of the day, he saved him everything. And he went to Keshav Bharati. At that time, Nityananda Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Acharya, Mukunda, 5 persons were there. And then he took sannyas. Now he became totally mad. Krishna, 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 Krishna. And he began to go towards Vrindavan. I will go Vrindavan. And he was proceeding towards Vrindavan. But at once Nityananda Prabhu told some boys were playing and some cows they were grazing. Nityananda Prabhu told the boys, cowherd boys, if that person is coming and he will ask you where, the way of Vrindavan, then you should tell here, oh, near Ganges is there, Kalna, Shantipur. Oh, this side Kalna and this side Shantipur. And Nityananda Prabhu has sent a message to Advaita Acharya, I am very soon bringing Mahaprabhu here. And when he asked the cowherd boy, oh, can you show me the way of Vrindavan? Oh, Vrindavan is very nearer here, this side. And they diverted him towards Shantipur. He went to the Yamuna side and he said, oh, it is not Yamuna. This is not Vrindavan. Where I came? Here I am saying, on the other side Shantipur, and here Advaita Acharya, Nityananda and others. He told Advaita Acharya, are you in Vrindavan? He told her, yes, I am in Vrindavan. This side river is Yamuna, that side Ganges. So please come with me. And then he took on the boat forcibly and went to Shantipur. In Shantipur, thousands and thousands of, millions of persons from here and there, from Mayapur, from Navadvip, from here and there, Shantipur, they came to see Mahaprabhu. Mother Sachi was also there. When now Sannyasi Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw his mother, he gave his head on her feet and told, Mother, I have done wrong. I left you all. There is none to support you and to nourish you. If you will tell, again I will give up sannyas and I will return back to home. Then Sachimaya knew all the shastra and etiquette, and he weeping told, no, my son, you should be in sannyas. And one thing more I want, that you should not go to Vrindavan. From here nearer is Jagannath Puri. You should go there and you should live there. Sometimes you can come to take bath of Ganges. Sometimes so many devotees will go Jagannath Puri for Rath Jatra. And they will give your message to me. Then anyhow I can keep my life. Mahaprabhu told, yes, I will follow your order. She told Advaita Acharya, I want to beg you something. He told her, what you want to beg? I want to beg that till my son is here, I will cook my own hand and I will give prasadam to him. Advaita Acharya told, yes, you can do. And then thus thousands and thousands of devotees came from here, there, from all sides. And Mahaprabhu sometimes coming out of room and giving darshan, sometimes inside. If inside, then they all began to shout, oh, give darshan, give darshan. In this way, how many days I don't remember. 10 days was here. In the meantime, Raghunath Das, a boy, मैं पाए लोग भवसिंधु कुल, अंतरे कर निष्ठा बाह्य लोक व्यवहार अचिराते कृष्ण तुम्हार करिबेन उद्धार मरकट ना वैराग्य ना कर लोक देखाइया यथा योग्य विषय भोजन व्हाट मीनिंग दैट रघुनाथ don't be restless return back to your home क्रमे क्रमे की ना फर्स्ट लाइन स्थिर हैया घरे जाओ ना हो बात don't be mad you should return back that time has not come it will come automatically you will be matured for giving up your house so return back and then inside you should remember Krishna and outside you should behave your father, mother, your wife and all others like others. Don't disclose I am detached from them. Show them outwardly and always remember. Grama katha na sunibe na bolibe. Don't tell any mundane talk and don't hear also. And there's Krishna very soon will deliver you and you can come to me. And after 10 days, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu proceeded towards Jagannath. All bhakts began to weep in his separation. And when he reached Khirchora Gopinath and he told to the Bhakta Nityananda Prabhu. What he told? Who will tell? You? Yes. Oh, I don't celebrate that. Oh.
So, Guruve Gaurachandra Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadha Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Surupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. So first, I give pranams thousands of times, lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, Chidandi Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, ladies and gentlemen. So we are hearing the nectarian pastimes of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu Sannyas. Actually, for the devotees of Navadvip, the pastimes of Gauranga is like a spear in the heart. Therefore, Narahari Chakravarti Thakur said, when that time will come, when Gaurahari will come back to Navadvip, and with his long hair, as a grihasta, again we can do kirtan in the house of Srivas Thakur. Therefore, all the Vaishnavas were left weeping in Mayapur, and Mahaprabhu with just a few devotees, especially Sri Gadadhar Pandit, Sri Mukunda, Sri Chandrasekhar, Sri Nityananda Prabhu. They left their Katwe, where Mahaprabhu took sannyas from Keshav Bharati and came down towards Sri Jagannath Puri. Then they came to Kirchor Gopinath, Ramuna. So there is a very beautiful deity of Sri Krishna that was personally carved by the hands of Sri Bhagavan Ramachandra. Sita Devi had a desire to see Sri Krishna's Ram's form in Dwapara Yuga. Therefore Ram with his own hands, he carved that very attractive deity. So there, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he told the history of Kirchor Gopinath, and all the Vaishnavas there were hearing. Sri Madhavendra Puri is described to be the Prem Ankur, the sprout of Braja Prem in this world. Sri Madhavendra Puri, he was from North India. Therefore he was always absorbed in Krishna Prem. It said he did not know if it was daytime or if it was night time. So he came to Brajamandal Parikram. So there his prem increased thousands of times. And there, near Govinda Kund, he was taking rest. Sri Madhavendra Puri, he never begged food or prasad from anyone. Whatever come automatically by the arrangement of Krishna, he would take that. So one night, in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Ananya Chinta Yukta Mam Ye Janu Parupasate Tesham Yukta Bhyuktanam Yogekshemam Yaham Yaham. That person who exclusively thinks of me, whatever he needs, I give him, and whatever he has, I maintain. Therefore Krishna himself came there with a pot of milk. Then Madhavendra Puri was very charmed. He could not understand this was Krishna. Because Vaishnav Seva gives such a happiness, even Krishna wants to taste that. Therefore Krishna came in the disguised form, otherwise Madhavendra Puri, how he would accept the service from the hands of Krishna directly. That boy was very beautiful and his voice was sweeter than millions of cuckoos. Then Madhavendra Puri was charmed. He asked, "Oh Lala, where are you from?" He said, "I live here in Vrindavan and my seva is that person who never asks for anything, I give them what they need. That's my duty in Vrindavan." He gave Madhavendra Puri that milk. And then he said, "Baba, I have to go now and milk the cows, but I will come back to collect my pot." Sri Madhavendra Puri was waiting, but that boy never returned. Madhavendra Puri could not take his mind off the beauty of that boy. Then he was thinking, who is that boy that can attract my mind? In this world, nothing can attract me. So at night time, he had a dream, and that same boy came. Who am I? Ami Nam Gopul, Ami Govardhanadari. My name is Gopal, and I lift Govardhan. I am suffering a long time here because when the Muslims attacked, the Pujari, he buried me under the ground. Therefore, many years I have not had anything to eat or drink. Therefore, in the morning, Madhavendra Puri woke full of ecstasy and he called the villagers. And they dug in the ground and they manifested the beautiful deity of Gopal. So there Madhavendra Puri began the Seva Puja of Gopal. That village offered all their chapatis, rice, sabji, ghee, yogurt, mountains and mountains. And Madhavendra Puri with his own hands offered everything to Gopal. The next village heard, and then next day that whole village offered the Mahotsav. So this is Anukud, the same festival we do at Gurudev in Govardhan. So gradually, so many cows, so much land was donated to Gopal. But Sri Madhavendra Puri had a dream, and Gopal said, "Hari Baba, my body is burning, because for many years I could not have anything to eat or drink. Therefore, please go to South India and bring some sandalwood to paste on my body." That time, how old was Madhavendra Puri? More than 80 years old. Gurudev says, why the deity does not talk to us? Just imagine if it was winter time and very cold. Imagine if it was very cold and the deity appeared in our dream and said, "Vijay, I am very cold and hungry. Please make me some puri." That time Vijay is thinking, "Baba, it's very cold. How I can wake up? Also, I have many work to do tomorrow. It must be a bad dream." Because Krishna knows we would not follow his instruction. Krishna never gives us darshan. He never gives us order. We cannot follow even Gurudev's order in this world. Then what will do if Krishna gives us any instruction? So Sri Madhavendra Puri, old age, he went alone and walked down to South India. Then he came to that same temple in Ramuna. And they offer a very famous type of kheer. Sri Amrit Kelly. So Madhavendra Puri was thinking, if I could taste that kheer, then I could know I could make the same preparation for my deity in Vrindavan. Madhavendra Puri was not thinking to enjoy, he was thinking how to offer more service to Krishna. But then he thought, Dikka Hamaram, my mind is very wicked. That has not been offered to Krishna and I am thinking of eating it. Oh, I will punish my mind. I will punish you, tongue. I will not give you anything. And Madhavendra Puri left and went to the solitary place to take rest. So the Pujari was sleeping and Gopinath appeared in the mind of the Pujari. "You offered me 12 cups of kheer, but 1 cup of kheer I kept behind my cloth. In the market is one sannyasi. And my desire is you take that kheer for him and give it to him." His name is Madhavendra Puri. So the Pujari woke up. What did he do? First he took bath. Because as Pujari, there's so many rules and regulations. Nowadays we think, I'm such an elevated Rasik Vaishnav, I don't have to follow any Varnashram, I don't have to follow any rules, I don't have to follow anything because I'm a liberated Paramahamsa. But that Pujari was on such a platform, Krishna is speaking directly before him, and what did he do? Got up, took bath. Then he went and took the kya, wiped the place, and he went to the market. Oh, has anybody seen Madhavendra Puri? He is the most fortunate person in the three worlds because Gopinath has stolen sweet rice for him. Therefore that deity got the name Kir, Chor, Gopinath. Kir means sweet rice. Chor means a thief. That Gopinath who steals sweet rice for his devotee. Therefore Krishna is thinking, I have so many bad names. If you go to Vrindavan, then what the Brajavasis will not say about Krishna. Then one more fault, no harm. So that time Madhavendra Puri, he took the sweet rice, he became full of bliss and ecstasy. And that clay pot, every day he would break a piece and eat it. So all the devotees were going down. That time Nityananda Prabhu, Mahaprabhu gave his danda for Jagadananda Pandit to hold. Then Jagadananda Pandit was holding the danda and the kamandalu of Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu was going begging some vegetables to cook and rice. So Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he saw the danda and he became full of anger. Danda, how dare you? My Lord is worshipped by Paramahamsas and my Lord will have to spend the rest of his life carrying you. Therefore Nityananda became full of anger. Oh Danda, you are the cause of all the suffering of the Navadvip Vasis. Because of you, Mother Sachi is weeping and Vishnu Priya is left alone. Therefore Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he took the danda and he broke it into 3 places. Then he became full of fear.
And he threw it out in
He threw it in the Dandabanga river. One river is there.
Now that river is Dandabanga
river. So then he became afraid. Oh my God, what have I done now? Then Mahaprabhu came back and he saw the broken kamandalu and he asked Jagadananda, where's my danda? I gave it to you. Then Jagadananda was afraid. You ask your Sripad, Nityananda, what happened to the danda? Then Nityananda said, who made the danda? He broke the danda, no? Then Nityananda also said, you broke it. You are unconscious, you fell on your own danda and you broke the danda. I had nothing to do with this. Then Mahaprabhu became angry. You don't know the danda. The danda is the residing place of the 33 million demigods. Is directly Vishnu himself. And you threw it up and gave it up. What type of Vaishnava are you? All you devotees are just disturbing me. Therefore you go ahead and I will come after. Or I will go ahead and you will come after. Then the Vaishnava said, oh Lord, you go to Jagannath Puri and we will follow from behind.
Then Mahaprabhu proceeded toward Jagannath Puri. And he came to Sakshi Gopal. And the story of Sakshi Gopal, Rasananda Prabhu will speak.
I don't know English. So Gurudev give me firstly give the order to me. Oh my Jnanativiram Dhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Gurave Gaura Chandraya Radhikaya Ishtadalaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namah Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First my effort, my obeisances, my Gurudev Nityalila Pravishnu Vishnupad Ashtodara Sadasri Sri Srimad Bhakti Sri Rup Siddhanti Goswami Maharaj. After my same obeisances, I offer my Sikha Gurudev परिव्राजक आचार्य Jitendra Swami, Sri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, all Vaishnavi and Vaishnavas. Once upon a time, two Brahman, one a old Brahman and one a young Brahman, they are went for some pilgrim place. And when they are come to Vrindavan, stay there on a Gopal temple. When they are stay there, who is the very old Brahman, now he is so happy. Why he is very so old? And who is a young Brahman, he do so much help to him for this pilgrim travel. So without this young Brahman, he cannot do this pilgrim travel. So now he becomes so happy. Now this friend of Gopal, this old Brahman, he told this young Brahman, well, oh young Brahman, you are as my son. So I am so happy to you. Without you, I cannot travel this pilgrim place. So I am happy, but I want to give something to you. Well, what? Well, I have one very beautiful young girl. So when I will return, I want my daughter give to you with you marriage. Then this young Brahman told, this is impossible. Well, why? Well, even you are both is the Brahman, but you are very highest Brahman, I am very lowest Brahman. But this thing you can tell, but your family cannot accept this thing. Well, this is my daughter. So I am do vow, I give to you my daughter to you. Well, if you return and your family this thing don't accept, and then what happened? Well, I am this front of this Gopal, I am take this vow, I give my daughter to you. But when they are both in the return, one day this old Brahman, he calling this whole family, this son and this wife, this daughter, and he tell this all past time. Then this family become very angry, this son. Well, how is the possible? Well, Indian tradition is this rule is so hard. Even they are both is the Brahman. Then this son told, if you gave our sister to this Brahman, then you are drink this poison. You can leave this body. Well, you don't. Then this old Brahman told, but I am witness in front of this Gopal. Then what happened? Well, Gopal, he is a stone. He did not come to hear this witness. Then, well, Pitaji, you don't worry. If this young Brahman came here, you make some excuse. That I am what I gave promise to you, I am don't know, and I am forget, I am don't know. So then what can I do? You can do, you don't worry. After some days, the young Brahman think, oh, this old Brahman, he promised, he must give her daughter to me. But now he stopped, he don't tell anything now. Then one day this young Brahman came, this old Brahman house. Well, then he told, you promised, you gave your daughter to me. But now why you stop? Why did not tell anything? Then this old Brahman, by heart he gave her daughter to him. But by force of this family, now he also makes some excuse. Well, what I before told you, I forget, I don't know. Then this son, they are bringing one stick. Well, nonsense, idiot, young Brahman. When you go to pilgrim journey, that time my father have so much money, he stolen all money. Now you want marriage to our sister? Huh? What? Sister, then he's bring stick, I want to beat him. Now he's run away. Now this young Brahman is calling whole villagers, and they are doing a meeting. Then when come villagers, well, you have any witness? Well, yes, This is the front of Gopal, he promised. Then this son told, yes, you go and bring this Gopal. If this Gopal he give witness, then you can give our daughter to you. There no, this Gopal is the stone. He don't telling anything. Now this young Brahman, he is the devotee. He have full faith. Must this Gopal he come to here and give this witness. Now this young Brahman came to Vrindavan. This Gopal's front of this Gopal, hello Gopal, your front this old Brahman witness. He gave her daughter to me. Now when you return, now he is the क्या बोलते हैं promise, break his promise. So necessary you can came with me the Jagannath Puri by this your own mouth you gave witness. Now this is Gopal now speaking. Well, how is the possible? Are you heard any deity walking? Are you heard any deity the walk any deity? I am big stone. How possible I can go there? Well, if cannot you go, how you speak? When you speak, you must also walk with me. Must you came with me? Then he is the complete. He is the devotee. He completely. He is the what? He completely controlled by this love affection. Well, yes, I can go, but Puri, Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri, so long distance. If you walk, minimum 1 month necessary. If you 1 month you walk, then
Not Jagannath Puri, Vidyanagar.
Vijayanagara, it is Vidyanagar, so long distance. Well, yes, I can walk, but very long distance. You can do one thing, 1 kilo, rice, you make khichdi. And offer to me, I ate, then I can walk. Then he make the 1 kilo khichdi and he offered, and Krishna, he all khichdi he ate. And now, telling yes, I can follow to you, but one thing, you don't, if you don't look behind. If you look behind, then I can stand. Then this young Brahman, he told, if you don't come, what happening? Well, I am came. Well, how can I understand you follow to me? Well, one thing you do, my leg, bando. I have uncle well, when I walking, he is the some nice, he can become some nice, he can understand I am follow to you, walking behind you. Well, yes, now this young Brahman is the walking, Krishna also follow to him. And this uncle was nice, also come very nicely. And when he came before Vidyanagar, now there is so sand there. Now Krishna's foot is the go inside of the sand. Now this uncle was nice, now stuff. Now young Brahman think, well, why stop this uncle well? If Krishna don't came, then what can I tell this villager and king? Then he think, if I turn my face, if I look to Krishna very close to Vidyanagar, then I can bring to everybody here. Now just he turned this face, when he saw like this, now Krishna is the stand there. Krishna told, before I told you, don't look in behind, I cannot walk now. But now bring to everybody here. Now this Brahman is the coming, he told her whole villagers, and the king and the queen. Now, well, Gopal, he came from to Vrindavan to here. And when all villagers, king and minister, this queen heard, Gopal by walking came Vrindavan to Jagannath Puri, Vidyanagar, everyone became very surprised. Now whole villagers, king, minister, queen, everybody there came. Krishna by walk, he came to here. When there came, really there saw Krishna is the came here. Everybody became very surprised. Now this by own mouth, Krishna he told, well, yes, this old Brahman, front of me, he take a vow. He gave her daughter to this young Brahman. But force of this family, now he don't want to give her daughter. This is the truth. Everybody became very surprised. And this queen, when he saw this Gopal, is the very beautiful. Now she was very good devotee. Now she think, oh, I am one a diamond nose ring. I have one a diamond nose ring. I want to put Krishna's nose. But how is it possible? He is the stone. Maybe he have no nose, any hole. When this queen returned and sleep, this Gopal now he gave night time, he gave dream. Well, oh queen, you want give me your diamond nose ring? But you think my nose no any hole? Well, yes, still my nose one hole. When I am childhood, Mother Jasoda, he put one hole my nose, did one hole my nose. Still now, this hole still my nose now. If you nicely you saw, you can saw this thing. Queen is become very surprised. Many times he told this king, hello king, when I saw this Gopal, I think I have one diamond nose ring and I want to offer to Krishna. Well, night time Krishna he gave dream to me. This nose has one hole. When his childhood Mother Jasoda, he did one hole. Still now this hole, this nose. King also became very surprised. Now both bring this diamond nose ring. Real when they saw Krishna nose has one hole. And then mother, then queen, he offered to Krishna. This way, Krishna, he came to Vrindavan, to Vidyanagar. So this name is the Sakhi Gopal. Sakhi meaning witness. This meaning is the, somebody telling Krishna don't talking, Krishna don't walking, Krishna don't eating, Krishna don't sleeping. So our one Hindi bhajan, they are telling, कोई कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं, मैया यशोदा जैसे तुम सुलाते नहीं. कोई कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं, द्रौपदी जैसे तुम बुलाते नहीं. कोई कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं, सबरी जैसे तुम खिलाते नहीं. Meaning of this kirtan, somebody thinking, oh Krishna don't sleep. Then this devotee tell, yeah Krishna must sleep. But necessarily you have like this Jasoda mood. If mood of Jasoda, how Jasoda when in a Krishna when sleep, how Jasoda sulate hai, matlab make sleeping, only make sleep, Jasoda only makes sleep to Krishna. Somebody telling Krishna is not coming, telling next you calling like this Draupadi. When Draupadi calling to Krishna, call to Krishna, that time Krishna is the appear and give this cloth. Somebody telling Krishna is the don't eat. Well, eat. You make like this Sabari. When Ram came to Sabari's house, that time Sabari's remnant Ramchandra ate. Himself he ate. So necessary you have some love affection. If heart is the love affection, like the Sanatana Goswami, when he offered without salty wrote chapati, that time Krishna accept this thing. Yes. So Krishna only he controlled by love affection. If you are love affection, you are doing bhajan and kirtan. Krishna also one day he gave prem to us.
Hare Krishna. When Nityananda Prabhu broke the dand of Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu became some angry and then told them, you all should go first to Jagannath, either I will go first, I cannot go with you, always making problem for me. Then they told Prabhu, you should go alone, we will come later on. Then Mahaprabhu, when come to Dandabhanga, Atharanala, he did pranam and he became in mood, bhavavi. And then he began to run towards Jagannath Dev. When he entered the Jagannath temple and he saw Jagannath, he saw not Baladev and Subhadra and playing on flute. O Brajendranandan, तुम्हार बिना फटे मोर प्राण, मोर प्राणनाथ मुरली बदन, कहाँ जाऊं कहाँ पाऊं मुरली बदन. Oh my dear flute wala, where you are? After a long time I have met you. Without your in your separation, my heart is broken. And thus he ran madly to embrace Jagannath Dev. When he reached nearby, the guards, they stopped him and they began to beat with a stick. It will
Make only sound, not hit.
not hit. So, and there, when they stopped, he became faint totally. No sense at all. Then the gods began try to beat him and take him out of temple. But in the meantime, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he was Brihaspati. He came and saw. So symptoms of praying are seen in him. Mahabhav. It is not seen any human being, but I am seeing. And all the symptoms are like God, Supreme Lord. Who is he? He could not decide. But anyhow, he told his servants that take him in this stage to my house and there he will come incense. Then he went there. After that, Nityananda Prabhu and others, that party, they came and searching Mahaprabhu. They did not saw him. And then someone talking each other. That sannyasi was very high class of sannyasi. And he became faint and he ran away to embrace Jagannath. Hearing this, they decided, he is in Sarvabhauma house, and then all went there. And they began, when they saw Mahaprabhu, they began to do kirtan around him. Hearing kirtan, some breath came gradually. And then Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told to Gopinath Acharya, brother-in-law of Sarvabhauma, he was an inhabitant of first Navadvip. So he knew about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He knew everything. So one day Sarvabhauma told, I want to teach that boy sannyasi Vedanta, and thus he can save his sannyas. Otherwise he is so beautiful young, he cannot save his young, he may fall down. Then Gopinathacharya told, though you are so intelligent and learned person, but you don't know anything. He is not a ordinary boy and sannyasi. He is himself Avatari Krishna. He has come to fulfill his desire. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya told, in this Kali Yuga, no avatar, No incarnation of Krishna. So how he can be? Oh, you cannot decide by intelligence. Shastra has told, but you don't know the meaning. He is not simply incarnation of Krishna, but himself Krishna, Avatari Krishna. He told, his disciples told Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, how will you know? Oh, to whom he has merciful to them, and he will mercifully inspire that I am Supreme Lord, then anyone can. Like one sloka of Upanishad, Namatma pravachanena labdana medhaya nacha bahuna jam eva es pedite tem eva labhya. To whom I am merciful, oh, I myself revel with them. So, you cannot know. One day it will come and you will see. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Bal Sannyasi, I cannot save my sannyas. So please, you are like my father and like my guru. You should teach me Vedanta. I will hear. And then he began to hear. And what became? Suddhadvaiti Maharaj will try to tell. Very good arguments, interesting, and he cut all the arguments of Mayabhav and established Krishna, beautiful, sweet pastimes, name, gun, roop, lila.
So we just heard from the lotus mouth of Srila Gurudev how Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, when he saw that Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya for many days, 7 days, he started to wrangle Logomachi and so much Panditya, so much knowledge about Vedanta Sutra, explaining it in the light of the Shariraka Bhasya of Shankaracharya. Because for most people, Vedanta means the Vedanta of Shankar, his interpretation. Completely impersonal. Mahaprabhu for 7 days sat in great silence, without asking any question, making any comments, nothing. After 7 days, the Bhattacharya said, oh, you have been sitting here like a Mahamuni, like if you have taken a vow of silence. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're not asking any question. It seems to me that you're not understanding anything. Are you a fool? And Mahaprabhu said, oh, the verses of Vedanta are very, very clear. I can understand them very clear. They're like the sun. But your explanation is like the clouds covering the sun. And therefore, they're clouding the meaning. I can't understand anything you're talking about. And Bhattacharya said, what? But my explanation is supposed to enlighten the subject matter. What are you talking about? Now, can you say something? And Mahaprabhu said, oh, with your permission, I may try to say something. At that time, he said, the Supreme Lord is full of qualities. He has name, form, innumerable qualities. But you have called him Nirakar, without any form, that he has no qualities, neither Shakti. Also, he's full of so many beautiful qualities. You turn him into a piece of stone. Now, by your words, you cut in his arms, cut in his legs, making him like emptiness. This is not the meaning of Vedanta then, or you speak something. At that time, Mahaprabhu very expertly cut all his arguments, and he quoted this famous verse: Atmaramas chamunayo nirganti apyurukrame kurvanti haitukim bhaktim itam bhuta guno hari. Then Bhattacharya said, oh, what is that? Well, this is explaining that even the liberated souls, those who have no more interest in matter, who don't find any more their happiness in anything material, still, when they hear the quality of the Lord, although they are liberated, they are attracted. This is proving that the Lord is beyond matter. Because Shankar's philosophy is that the Lord actually is a product of Maya. Mayavad is a very pernicious philosophy. They say that The only reality is Brahman. This is the only reality. Everything else is an illusion. That Brahman is covered by Maya. A part of Maya covers Brahman. The part of Maya which is in the mode of goodness covering Brahman gives the idea of the form of God and religion and bhakti. Actually it's just Maya. They are very kind with the Lord. They say, oh, the Lord is the summum bonum of ignorance. In other words, Maya in its highest form, the form of goodness, is creating the idea of Ishvara. There is a Supreme Lord and we are supposed to worship Him. This is only Maya in the mode of goodness. Oh, thank you, Mayavadis. Lord, you are very kind to our Lord. You have no say in goodness. And they say that the whole material world is a product of Maya covering Brahman, but Maya in the mode of ignorance. And the living entities, us, oh, we are the mode of, Maya in the mode of passion covering Brahman. Actually, this is all illusion. Only Brahman exists. But Mahaprabhu said this verse is proving that the Lord is beyond the gunas, because those who have become nirgun, those who have become liberated, Atmarama, those who find happiness in the self, they find attraction when they hear about the qualities of the Lord. This is proving definitely is not what you're saying. It's not a product of ignorance in the mode of goodness, Maya in the mode of goodness. It's beyond the modes. So he cut his arguments. Then he asked, oh, you please speak about this verse. No. And Bhattacharya, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya gave 6 different explanations of that verse. 9 different explanations of the verse. Mahaprabhu said, oh, very beautiful. Now shall I speak something? But you please tell. Mahaprabhu, without touching any of his 9 explanations, gave another 18. 1864, who says more? 18. Okay. 18 different explanations without touching any of the points that the Bhattacharya made. Then the Bhattacharya could understand, oh, only Bhagavan himself can explain like this. And he bowed down to his feet. At that time, Mahaprabhu mercifully showed him his Sadbhuj form. Now his 6-arm form, 2 arms, Krishna with the flute, 2 arms is with Nanda and Kamandalu, and 2 arms, Ram with bow and arrow. At that time, the Bhattacharya was completely astonished and he fainted. Now the next morning, Mahaprabhu came with Mahaprasad and he knocked on the door before the Bhattacharya had done any oblation rituals or bath. And he knocked on the door and he said, oh, Bhattacharya, I have brought Mahaprasad from you. And then, without doing any ritualistic activity of purification, but he accepted the prasad. And Mahaprabhu said, oh, today I have conquered the whole world because Bhattacharya has accepted the Mahaprasad of the Lord. And he quoted those 2 verses that sometimes we quote before prasadam. The prasadam of the Lord should be accepted as soon as it is received, without any consideration of time and place, whether it is stale or old. There is no rules and regulation. And Bhattacharya became a very great Vaishnava. He became actually the head of the Puri community, and himself was converting so many others.
After liberation of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Uddhar, and then he decided before Rath Yatra to go in South India to search his brother. What became of my Vishwarup brother? He took only a boy, Kala Krishna Das, and he went south. There are so many history in the way, but in the end, he went to Godavari and river and took bath, and then he sat on the bank of river. In the meantime, morning, the governor of that Maharaj Prataparudra came in palanquin and drum were beaten and hundreds of Brahmins were reciting Veda mantra. Then Mahaprabhu thought, it may be Ramananda. Sarvam Bhattacharya has told me, if you are going to South, you must meet his high class of Rasi. So when he was coming, then he took bath, and after he saw a very Tejasvi, effulgent sannyasi is sitting here and he is doing dhyan. And he became very wondered. And then, with a simple one dhoti, after taking bath, and alone, he came there. He was in meditation. Then he went for some minutes. In the meantime, Mahaprabhu said, "Are you Ramananda?" Oh, Ramananda. Oh, I am saying Shudra Ramananda. Shudra means, low class person, Ramananda. Oh, see, Sarvam Bhattacharya was very merciful to me that he sent to you, and automatically, without any effort, I met you. Then Raman told, if you have come by Sarvam Bhattacharya, he has sent. Very good. I want that you should stay here for 10 days at least, and we will do Hari Katha here. I will hear Hari Katha. Then Mahaprabhu told that come in evening alone, in sadharana vesh, ordinary dress. Then he went back to his Raj palace, and in the evening, only dhoti one, in very simple dress, he came to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu was waiting eagerly for him. And then some dialogue began with him. Swami Maharaj will explain something. Swami Maharaj. First Maharaj.
साधु महाराज बोलो बोलते तात्पर्य ask him what you want. Ask him what you want.
Can you not?
If you prepare the first, you prepare the second.
No, second will tell briefly.
Beginning fast in 2 parts, then after pray through.
Sadhu, Shoti, Prem.
Acha to sadhu?
हरिबो अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः वञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः First of all, my the obeisances to Srila Gurudev, Vishnupada Stotra Sati Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and all Sannyasigan, and all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So, Srila Gurudev is telling about Sriman Mahaprabhu's trip to South India and how he met Sri Raya Ramananda. So, Sri Raya Ramananda is a very special figure in Sri Chaitanya Lila. He is incarnation of Vishakha Devi in Sri Chaitanya Lila. Also, he is one of Nitya Parikaras and one of the Svaparishadas, one of the 3.5 most confidential associates of Mahaprabhu. Him and Swarupa Damodara were the two personalities who were allowed to be with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Gambhira. And Raya Ramananda, who is Vishakha Devi, and Swarupa Damodara, who is Lalita Devi, were those persons who were helping Mahaprabhu in relishing his bhavs, in relishing his Radha Bhav, the mood of Srimati Radhika. So previous acharyas and Srila Gurudev, he gave us the conception about who Rai Ramananda is, and he gave us the message about Rai Ramananda as Vishaka Devi as being Shiksha Guru to Mahaprabhu, instructing him in what Radha Bhav really is. Because Vishaka Devi is very confidential associate of Srimati Radhika. So Rai Ramananda's function in Chaitanya Lila is to teach Mahaprabhu of Radha Bhav. So Mahaprabhu could relish Radha Bhav even deeply, more deeply. So Mahaprabhu is the ocean of jewels, incomparable jewels. He's the ocean of Radha Bhav and very, very sacred moods of Radha Bhav. So Rai Ramananda Samvat is a very sacred conversation, which is the crown jewel of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Srila Gurudev said so many times again and again. There is no comparison to this dialogue. So, the first question which Mahaprabhu asked of Rai Ramananda. So Rai Ramananda is the ocean of jewels. Mahaprabhu is the ocean of jewels, and Rai Ramananda is the cloud, which normally we know the clouds, they come out of ocean as evaporation of water from the ocean. So in that same way, Rai Ramananda is that cloud which is made from the jewels of that ocean, that transcendental water which is in the ocean. So Mahaprabhu is the ocean of Prem, and Rai Ramananda is a concentrated cloud which pours that same water, nectarian water, into that ocean. So this is the meaning of the role of Rai Ramananda in Sri Chaitanya Lila.
The water comes in ocean,
Yes.
so become pearls, and then he is called Ratnakar.
Ratnakar.
Why? Tell them.
It's called Ratnakar because this is the concentrated form of what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has in his heart. And Rai Ramananda is the embodiment of what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has in his heart. And he gives it back to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on his request. So this is the meaning of Ratnakar. And after that, Mahaprabhu asked Rai Ramananda, you please tell me about what is the goal, what is sadhya? Please explain the conception of sadhya. We know that there is sadhana and sadhya. The goal, which is Krishna Prem, and the sadhana, the way to achieve that Prem. So we should know very well what is real sadhya. So Rai Ramananda very humbly paid obeisance to Mahaprabhu and said, oh my Lord, actually you are speaking through me. I'm like an insignificant puppet who just moving his lips is telling what is within depth of your heart. So Rai Ramananda first said that the sadhyasar, or the essence of all sadhya, of all goal, the supreme goal, he said first it's varnashrama dharma, or the performing of the prescribed duties within the system of 4 varnas and 4 ashramas. We know that there are 4 varnas, the 4 categories of social life, and 4 ashramas, the 4 categories of spiritual life. So it corresponds to Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Shudra, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. And Rai Ramananda quoted one verse from Vishnu Puran, which is said, in which it is said that when you perform your duties according to Varnashrama Dharma, then you are on human platform, and then the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pleased. So, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Prabhupada, in his commentary on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita in this place is saying that definitely when we perform our duties according to Varnashrama Dharma, we're above animal platform. While we're not performing our duties according to Varnashrama Dharma, we're right on the animal platform. That's why we can see in this society, human society today, there is practically no Varnashram, only some remains in India. That's why people, as Swami Maharaj came to the West, Prabhupada, he came to the West, he said that they like dogs and hogs. Means they are not living even according to the human level, what to speak of spiritual development. That is why it's very essential to observe Varnashrama, certainly, because without proper Varnashrama and strict obedience of rules and regulations of spiritual and social structure of society, there's no question of spiritual life. But this is very external. Why is it external? Mahaprabhu said, Eho Bahyam. Why did Mahaprabhu say that? Because within the system of Varnashrama, there is no conception of the soul. No conception of the soul and no conception of God also, actually. Because Srila Prabhupada Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he introduced Daivi Varnashrama. And all our acharyas always introducing Daivi Varnashrama. Why? Daivi, because it's godly, it's Krishna-oriented. But still Mahaprabhu wanted to hear something more. So that is why Ramananda said, Eho Bahyam, this is external. Agyakahayas, speak more. Atma Karmarpana, Sarva Sadyasar. Karmarpana means giving the fruits of your work to Lord Krishna, to Vishnu. This is the proper way it should be. So the platform of Varnashrama is already set. And within the Varnashrama, there is the process of Karma Yoga, the non-attachment to the fruits of your work. The fruits of your work should be always dedicated to the Supreme Lord. That is why Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna is pleased. So Mahaprabhu, he wanted to hear some quotation about that. Rai Ramananda said, Yat karashi yadashnasi yat jugashi dadasi yat tapasi sikantiya tat kurushva mad arpanam. This is from Bhagavad Gita 9:27, in which Krishna said, Yat karashi, whatever you do, yadashnasi, whatever you eat, yat jugashi, whatever sacrifice you perform, jugashi dadasi, whatever charity you give, yat tapasi sikantiya, O son of Kunti, whatever tapasya, whatever austerity you perform, madarpanam, give it as an offering to me. And this is completely correct, because nothing in this world belongs to us. But if we just do karmarpanam, the dedication of the fruits of your work towards the Supreme, then it will be also external. Why? Because this is just aropsiddha bhakti. This is just the external level of bhakti, which is arop, means the performer of the action is really thinking that he is the performer of the action. And the out of his desire, whether he has desire or doesn't have any desire, but anyway, he gives 10 or 20% of whatever he has done to the temple. Say he has a beautiful garden, he has some fruits in that garden, and he gives fruits which grow in his garden to the local temple. That's the way it is very often in India. So many pious people, they do. But this is only the external surface of bhakti, which is called aropsiddha bhakti. So actually we are not performers of any action. And the process of sharanagati is, first of all, you dedicate yourself to the Supreme. You first of all say, Oh Krishna, I am yours. And whatever I do is automatically yours. Then it's the proper performance of sharanagati, which is just doorway to bhakti. That's why Mahaprabhu says, Eho Bahyam Agyakahar, this is external, and please proceed more. That is why, furthermore, Ramananda started speaking about the renunciation from the fruits of one's work. But Vaishnavas will speak more, so I'm ending my speech.
Oh
Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksurmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyaiva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. First of all, I'd like to offer my unlimited Dandavat pranams and to the lotus feet of my spiritual masters, Om Nitya Lila Prashna Vishnupad Shrimad Shila Gaur Govinda Goswami Maharaj, Nitya Lila Prashna Vishnupad Shrimad Shila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shila Prabhupada, and my Shiksha and Sannyas Guru, Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stotara Satosi Srimad Shila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj, and all Vaishnava and Vaishnavis and guests who are about here today. Please, my Dandavat pranams. So, Sadhu Maharaj was introducing the matter of Roro Yamananda Samvad, speaking about how Varnashram Dharma is the fundamental platform, but not actually the goal. But on the basis of this platform, spiritual life can take place and develop very nicely, but one should not be attached to fructive activities, result of work on that Varnashram Dharma. So then, Yat Karoshi Yadashnosi means he is offering the result of his activities, his work, but this is not enough because it's a pretext not to surrender to the Lord, because the Lord wants us to surrender completely ourselves. The soul is very minute and finitesimal. If we don't give it completely, then what will be left? Nothing. So Lord wants that everyone should surrender totally. But at that platform of the conversation, the surrender is not yet to be achieved because the soul is not prepared to surrender himself. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says this is external, can you go deeper? So Royal Ramananda says Sarvadaman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Braja Aham Tvam Sarvapapebhyo Mokshayisyami Masuchaha. Oh, you should surrender unto me. But if you think there will be any problems by this, then be assured I will protect you from any reactions. This dharma of surrendering all phases of duties, giving up, is not the dharma of the eternal soul. It is the dharma of the body. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu speaks there of the dharma of the body. Like, oh, I promised my wife that I will protect her and maintain her, and I will also take care of my children, I will take care of my parents, serving them. But in the meanwhile, I realized that, oh, I am a devotee and I should serve the Lord. So how can I give up my promise to them? This is not possible. Otherwise I will anchor one reactions, and I will suffer the reactions. So what to do? So in order to help the person to progress on that path of self-realization, Lord Krishna says, this is his own words and the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita, Sarvam Dharman Paitacha. You don't have to worry, Masuchaha, about the reactions. I will take care of them. I will burn all the karmas that you may encounter by giving up your activities. But this giving up activities is not the same surrender that the great devotees of the Lord, they are performing. You know, there's a story one time, Duryodhana, he was very worried because he saw that Bhishma Dev was not going to fight and kill the Pandavas. So he approached him and he asked, I am very worried, I may be killed tomorrow or very, very soon. Because I see that you don't want to kill the Pandavas, you have love and affection for them. So you should give assurance to me that I will not be killed. So Bhishma Dev, he said, okay, tonight at midnight, you come with Balumati, your wife, and I will give her benedictions that you will not die. So Bhagavati. So Duryodhana became very released and prepared to go. But that night, a very big storm broke out, and he couldn't figure out how to go to the tent of Bhishmadev. So he decided that I will do tomorrow, we will go tomorrow. At the same time, Lord Krishna, he called Draupadi, oh my daughter, come, I want to take you somewhere. So he arranged a very nice chariot and protection from the storm, and he brought her to Bhishmadev's tent. So arriving there, he told her, you put your veil, protect your face, and you pay your Dandavat Pranam to Bhishmadev. So then when Bhishmadev heard, he awoke and he realized that somebody is there. So immediately he said, oh, I am very happy that you came to see me. And I want to give you a very, very nice benedictions. I want you that you never will become a widow. That means your husband will never die. So Draupadi, very surprised, she became very happy. And she looked at Bhishmadev and she lifted her veil. And Bhishmadev said, oh, that's you. How did you come here? Who has brought you here? Oh, I understand. This cheater, Krishna. Where is he? Oh, he's waiting for me outside. Oh, I want to see him. So he went outside and he paid his Dandavat Pranam to Krishna. And he said, my Lord, nobody can go against your will. And if you want to protect the Pandavas, then nobody can harm them. Why? Because they have surrendered completely, fully to the lotus feet of the Lord. So they don't have any worried about anything in life. They be protected. This is Lord Krishna's duty now to make sure that everybody who surrendered to him is protected and maintained fully and also happy. So it's the case of Pandavas and the case of even Dwarka, Mahishis, even more what to speak of the Gopis and others inhabitants of the Vrindavan. They are fully surrendered, so much so that they don't even mind about whether Krishna is protecting them or not. Actually, Radharani, she's protecting Krishna from being unhappy. She's always worried for him. Her surrender is not partial, artificial, or conditional. She has fully surrendered so much that Krishna himself has surrendered to her lotus feet. Is it too long? Go on. So in this way, Krishna shows, yes, they are surrendered to me fully, so I bend my head at the lotus feet of Gopis and especially Radharani, and I want the confirmation that I am their surrendered soul by the red light from her feet on my leg, on my head. This is confirmed. In this way, we can understand that the surrender of the great souls is different than Sarvadharman Parityaja. And our Guru Parampara wants us to surrender in this way, same way as they did. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said this is external, because Krishna didn't say in this verse that I will give you pure bhakti or I give you pure love of God. He said I will just protect you from the reactions of your sins. So he said go on. Then Ramananda Roy said Brahmabhutta Pasanatma Nasuchati Nakyamshati Sarmat Sarveshu Bhuteshu Nabhaktim Lavate Param. He said, oh, give up anything about this world. No reaction, even you don't have to do anything with this world. And just remain peaceful and calm and meditate on Brahma, Nirvishesh Brahma. Then you become very happy, eternally happy, will have no lamentation whatsoever about any lacking in life, and you will not even look for anything for your sense gratification. You will see everybody equally, and you will have a chance to do parabhakti, pure bhakti, devotional service to the Lord. There is two kinds of Brahmagyanis. One is the Brahmagyani who lives in Kashi. They are very, very insolent and offensive to the Lord. They think Krishna is not Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they don't worship Him. They only think, I want to merge in Brahma. And they think Brahma is even superior to Lord Krishna. So they offense Krishna, offense to Srimad Bhagavatam, to anything which is related to the absolute personal consideration of Godhead. So those, they're Mayavadis. They think they will become liberated, but actually it is just imaginary. Sayuja Mukti is not real, it's false. And instead they will go to hell without fail. But the other kind of Brahmagyanis, they live in Vrindavan, and they're not offensive. They like to chant Mahamantra, they have appreciation for Srimad Bhagavatam, and they live in the Dham. They think by chanting Mahamantra, it will be easier to achieve liberation. It's a misconception, but it is not offensive. So, by the mercy of Dham, and by Sukriti sometimes also, somehow, if they meet a spiritual master, then all their misconceptions will be eradicated, and they will hear what is the proper understanding of what is the process of self-realization, and they will surrender their life, and all their misconceptions will be removed. And only that mercy, which will take form as a sprout of bhakti, will remain in their life. Gurudev many times gives the example.
Finish. Today we are giving rest to Harikatha, and tomorrow again Ramanand Sambad we will begin. I will also speak about this.
Hare Krishna. Today Srila Gurudev mercifully giving initiation about 102 devotees. We have announced some names. Whoever don't know their names, they can contact to Sripad Vishnu Maharaj. Vishnu Maharaj conduct. This copy will be with Vishnu Maharaj. Who don't know their spiritual name, they can contact with Vishnu Maharaj after class. And as before we announced that so many devotees want to meet with Gurudev, and they have some questions, some donation. So tomorrow Gurudev will come here after 10 a.m. So we have not met with Gurudev yet. They can come and do their pranam, ask their question and ask their offerings. And day after tomorrow will be fire sacrifice headed by Sripad Ban Maharaj 10 a.m. where at night they put market. In that marketplace will be fire sacrifice. So day after tomorrow 10 a.m. fire sacrifice, and tomorrow darshan of Gurudev here 10 a.m. Hare Krishna.
Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.